Hey, Pisces, intuitive soul coach here with your April 2023 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings, Pisces, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, Pisces, are you feeling the shifts in the energy for April? There's a lot going on this month, and we are in a time of great change. That's one of your first cards out here, is opening up to change, and you're feeling the impacts as well. We have solar flares, solar eclipse, new moon and eclipse in Aries, followed by Mercury going retrograde. We have a Libran full moon that can bring balance back into our world. But we're going to hang on. It's going to be a wild ride for April. We're already seeing the fluctuations, the ups and the downs. There's going to be a lot of bold risks being taken in the month of April, including by yourself. It's time to take some risks that maybe you didn't believe in or you didn't think was possible. This is the month for big changes happening in your world. I'm also getting the name here, Rich, Ricky, Richard. Please take it as it resonates. It could be, there could be a difference in the spelling or in the pronunciation I'm getting as well. So if that is you, someone that you know, or it could be someone who's crossed over, please take it as it resonates. All right, Pisces. So we also have here one of the luckiest days of the year in astrology. April 11th is known as the Day of Miracles. It's when the Sun and Jupiter meet up. So if you are a person who sees 1111 on a regular basis, or that is a power number for you or a manifestation number, imagine 1111 being on the clock all day long for 24 hours. That is going to be the energy of April 11th. So contribute to that collective energy of positivity, healing, hope, and raise the vibration of the planet. This is a great time for you in your own personal world to create a vision board, to set intentions, set goals, and to get back on track with what your soul truly desires and seeks. So right away here, you have this Aquarius card that flew out, and also Aquarius had this card right away as well. So some of you may be on that Aquarian cusp, or you may have strong Aquarius in your chart. If so, you may want to check out that reading. But this is about opening up, because big changes are showing up in your world, and they already have for a lot of you. But I feel like you're prepared. You've been preparing. And I'm also sensing that you're manifesting new things into your world, because you're realizing here that you are the creator. You are the magician, which I love. So many times people get caught up and think that other people control what happens or what goes on in their world. And when they take back their power, when they truly honor their feelings, this is you, Pisces, when you truly honor that soul's direction and that nudge, that guidance of what the heart is saying in this moment, or it's been whispering over and over. It's time for a job change. It's time to open up your own business. It's time to open your heart up to love. Whatever your heart is whispering and calling you to do, it could be something huge. It could be an act of humanitarianism, or to reach out to the masses and speak your world into being through many different forms. Some of you are public speakers, communicators, or you are using your voice in a very big way with this Gemini energy. Speak your world into being. This is about your words. It is about how you communicate, how you talk to other people as well. And you may find that around that April 6th full moon energy, that was all about coming together, positive communication, or if there was any sort of miscommunication in your world, it's time to clear that up and speak what you want, something off the heart. I'm getting here heartfelt conversations, Pisces, with you and others, or this could be having a heartfelt conversation with yourself. What truly makes you happy? What do you desire? What do you deserve? Because I'm getting here, and please take this as it resonates, some of you have settled for less than you deserve here, and I feel like you are opening up to fully tapping into that unlimited potential of not only what you deserve, but your worth as well. So this could pertain to a relationship, career, health, all of those good things. But there was a little bit of lack of belief or a settling type of energy. I'm going to settle for this because maybe this is as good as it gets, or I'm going to settle because my heart feels good one day. Aries energy is going to bring a lot of ups and downs. It's going to bring at times spontaneous bursts of energy, and it could even bring miscommunications at times. But I do feel that there's something here that your heart has been pulling you towards. And even though at times we tend to maybe ignore based on responsibilities or outer noise, whatever reason, we tend to ignore the heart at times, trauma, pain, all of that. I feel like you're taking a good look within and doing things that bring your heart joy and happiness this month. And it's going to affect your next 6 months, your next year, your next 10 years as well, because I feel like you're going to stay consistent within this energy, Pisces. Now you have here, push through any insecurities, your fellow water sign, Cancer. So a lot of you, there could have been rejections, fears, abandonment. Some of you felt insecure about maybe your financial state, or within your relationship. There may have been power struggles, insecurities within a dynamic between you and another. This is something you've been working on for quite some time, and I feel like you're finally pushing past some sort of barrier, Pisces, that's held you back in the past. Because the energy that I'm getting here, and again, if you do check out that Aquarius, this came up as well, but I'm getting that old world versus that new earth coming in. All of the stuff of the past, it's almost like it's wiped clean. Now, it doesn't mean that the bad is going away, but it means that we're rebuilding. There's a complete overhaul to a restructure, and it is going to be about new ways of thinking, new ways of doing, new ways of integrating in all areas of our lives, including relationships and the way we make money and the way that we communicate with others as well. It wouldn't surprise me if you start to telepathically communicate, or if you have already done this with loved ones or with a partner here. Telepathic communication, where you're able to read this person's mind, or you're able to just to tune in, not necessarily read their mind, but tune into what they're trying to say without saying anything at all. Or even if you haven't physically seen each other, you have that connection. Pushing through insecurities. Next, we have work through your feelings, Aries. So there's a lot coming to the surface for you. I do see this showing up in the month of April, especially with your opening card, which is change. And we are feeling change on all levels. And a perfect example, and I've been telling everybody in all the readings, because it's amazing all the things that I tune into. But yesterday it snowed, it sleeted, it rained, there was sunshine, there was thunder, there was lightning, all within the same hour basically. And the shifts that took place and that are taking place, we're going to see so much of that. And if that's what's going on, and we're going to see more crazy dynamics when it comes to weather, when it comes to, solar flares, and we're seeing the northern lights, and there's just so much out there, and we're feeling this. I mean, you can't tell me, Pisces, that you haven't felt any of this, whether it's left you feeling exhausted, tired, unmotivated. For some of you, you're getting the burst of energy. So yes, there are impacts, and they're rippling out into the ether, and we are feeling these shifts, but we also contribute to raising the vibrations of the planet. And I feel that there are some big changes coming in here for you to work through some feelings that may have felt unsettling, and for you to focus on the positive, because there's going to be a lot of he said, she said, or a lot of exposures, especially around that eclipse energy on the 20th. Eclipses can be a little bit scary. It brings things to the surface, things that may have felt or been hidden. It's all about, truths. And sometimes those things, they were hidden for a reason, because they were corrupt, or they were negative, or they were bad, right? Or they were secretive, mysterious, things that may felt like it was better kept hidden, but these things are coming to light so we can eradicate them, or so we can change and do something about that energy instead of it feeling hidden, right? Because sometimes you think, well, if I don't know that there's a spider under my bed, unless I see it, right? Unless I see that spider, I'm okay. But it's when you see that spider that causes that fear and that panic. And I do get a little bit of that spider coming across in the month of April. Now, if you're not afraid of spiders, awesome, right? Awesome. Then you're not going to be as affected as bad. But I do feel that for those of you that completely have had that mindset of out of sight, out of mind, then you may be in for some big changes in the month of April. I hope you're following me there. Focus on the positive, right? Spiders eat things. And again, I'm talking about a bigger picture here than just spiders, but there's good that can come from these things coming to light, whether it's in your personal world, whether it's hidden truths, things that may have surfaced within your own emotional field, or whether this is on a global or collective level. Focus on the positive, focus on uplifting the energy and the vibrations, not succumbing to that pool of fear, that pool of control or greed, or all of those things that our consciousness absolutely has an effect on. You have an effect on this planet by your thoughts alone. Focus on the positive, Pisces. Next up, we have here, I love this. We have Taurus energy, we have Gemini, and we have Libra. So we have detoxify. And we kind of just talked about that as well. Focus on the positive of that spider. Is it really a bad thing? Hopefully it doesn't come running across your own leg while you're sleeping, or worse yet, your own face. That may cause a lot of fear and panic. So if something affects your personal life on a deeper level, then yes, there could certainly be a little bit of panic, anxiety, and worry. But ultimately, this is, a good thing that you are detoxifying situations from your world that no longer serve you, right? That you can be aware that these things are showing up for you, and you have the willpower to cut these things out, or to, maybe eat healthier, right? That's a choice that you can choose. Or to be in a relationship that is unhealthy or toxic. You have that choice. Do you want to stay in that comfort zone even though it may not be healthy? Or do you want to break free from it, right? Perhaps the spiders lived under your bed because there was a whole heck of a lot of clutter and places for them to hide, right? So this is about cleaning out your closet. And I do feel here that you are purging and you're getting rid of things that just no longer serve you. And some of you, this is mental clutter. It's physical clutter as well. You may have, a burst of energy where you want to do some spring cleaning, or you want to clean the house or clean the vehicle. I'm getting some of you may be cleaners as well. So maybe you clean houses for a living, or vehicles, or maybe you're actually just got done vacuuming, because they're showing me cleaning equipment or cleaning tools. Someone may need a new broom, because I'm just seeing the head of the broom, the head of the broom kind of coming off. And it may be the kind that you can just screw in, so you may not need to buy a new one. But I'm getting here someone had broke a broom. So please maybe it was trying to shoo that spider out of the way, right? Or carefully put it in a new spot, whatever your thing is. But I am getting here cleaning, and that could be symbolic for just clearing up the energy, cleaning it up, because you're thinking something through here, Pisces, and you're making strategic moves, but you're using your brilliant mind partnered with that beautiful heart of yours, and you're opening up and keeping that heart open, because your next card is this Libran energy of keeping that heart open. That is going to be crucial to this planet, especially when these changes happen in your personal world, in the outer world. Because one of my favorite sayings, and if you've been following me, you probably have heard me say this 1,020 times, you have a choice to become bitter or better. Right? Hopefully you choose to become better, but so many people stay in that energy of bitterness, right? So many people stay in that energy of the victim mentality, because maybe that gets them the attention that they truly seek or desire underneath it all. Maybe they don't want to be the victim, but underneath it, that's the only kind of attention, even if it's negative or bad attention, right? Or this can be about shifting that energy into opening yourself up regardless of the challenges, the changes, the heartache, the heartbreak of the world, or what's going on in your own world, because you've been through it, Pisces. And some of you are helping other people through it. It could be in your professional life. You may be a coach, a leader, a speaker, a healer, a nurse, a doctor, a therapist, whatever it is that you do, whether it's professional or personal, I feel like you can empathize because you've been through it as well. And this is about you keeping your heart open and helping others keep their heart open as well, instead of succumbing to fear. And some of you need to cut yourself away from someone who's a fear mongrel. I mean, this could be, a person at work who's constantly gossiping about what's going on and bringing fear to everyone. Or it could be an in-law, mother-in-law who comes in and says, have you heard about Judy at the hair shop? And she's doing this and that. And it's just this spiral of, negativity. And I feel like you may be disconnecting or wanting to disconnect from that energy because it's a lot. Especially when you're already feeling, if you are empathic, Pisces, if you're already feeling the effects of what's going on a collective level, you may say, I got bigger fish to fry, right? I got bigger things to focus my energy on. And what Judy did at the hair salon with her husband's brother's uncle, right? It doesn't matter. And so let's take a look here and clarify some of this energy. What do we have here? Let's start with your first row. I did this with Aquarius as well, but I want to know what this change is for you, whether, again, it's your personal world, career, relationships, a move, health. What's this change? I'm also getting someone maybe adding a room, or it could be someone's redecorating a room in their home, or they may be looking at a room with memories. I'm getting here just a room, basically. They're not showing me what type of room, if it's a kitchen, a bathroom. I'm just getting a room. Let's see here. What's this change? Just breathe. We have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is about, at times, overworking, overthinking, ignoring the signs of rest, obsessing about a situation. It can come after, it comes after the Three of Swords. So some sort of disappointment, some sort of heartache. But the Four of Swords says that you're stepping into the next level where you are recovering. There's some sort of recovery here, rest and rejuvenation, self-love. It's time for you to take a break, catch your breath, and regroup, Pisces. And that can be difficult at times, especially with what's going on. But I am sensing here that this change is going to require you to just pause, get out of your own head at times. Let's see what else is coming in here with the Four of Swords. There's recovery. Recovery. Oh, wow. And we have healing begins for some of you. For a lot of you, you've already gone through healing, and you probably will again and again, because that's part of this human experience, is we're constantly getting out of situations that may feel less than ideal and moving on to bigger and better. Six of Swords energy talks about a rite of passage, a spiritual quest or journey, right? The Six of Swords can be about freeing yourself from the past in order to move forward. And we talked about that a little bit as well. Old world, new earth, right? Leaving that past behind. And that's what you're doing here. That's what this change is going to allow you to do. And you have here, change your focus. There's the Tower, right? There's the Tower, some sort of tower moment in your world, something you are rebuilding here. And finally, you're in that space to be able to get out of a less than ideal situation, rebuild, change your focus, and bring in balance. I'm really loving this. You have the Five of Cups. So something was disappointing. Something may have hurt or wounded your heart. And I was picking up on that in the past here as well. But the Temperance is all about compromise. It is about patience. It's about blending the energies in order to be able to feel and find that balance. And even though life isn't always balanced at all times, right? It's about the ebb and flow. And ultimately that ebb and flow creates balance over time. So let's take a look here and see what else is showing up for you. In the second pile, we have push through any insecurities, work through your feelings to focus on the positive. Let's take a look at what some of those insecurities are for you and how you can work with your feelings to focus more on the good than the negative. Focus on the flip side. What do we have here for Pisces, please? Oh, wow. Take a leap of faith. And sometimes, okay, this is a really, really powerful thing. And it reminds me of this TED Talk I once watched on grief. And the TED Talk, I forget who it was that was even talking about it, but so many times we try to completely shut something out. Let's say there is a death or a loss of a loved one. and it's too painful to think of them sometimes. And everybody says, well, you should be over it by now, or you should get on with your life. But we don't, we don't just overcome grief. It's not something that you just get on with. It's something that you carry with you. But the good part of grief, and hear me out here, Pisces, there is this part of grief, and then there's this part of grief. And yes, there's this painful 5 of Cups piece here that you got, that is the disappointment, or that bitterness, or even that just emotional loss, feeling that loss, right? Feeling that pain, that heartache. But then over here, you have the good memories. You have the joy that this person brought, or you have how they've affected your world or your life. And so there's that balance. So yes, there's good and bad, but when we can focus more on those good memories and keep that memory alive, whatever this is for you, you can take a look at it and not chalk it up. Let's not use that word or phrase, but then you can look at it from an opportunity for evolution, for growth. And so if you do take that scenario, let's say a job loss, maybe then you could chalk it up to, wow, well, that job loss actually set me towards this path of building my own business. So there was a beautiful blessing in disguise. And that's kind of what I'm getting here for you, because they're highlighting that TED Talk. Now, I don't remember which one it was. Maybe you just YouTube or Google TED Talk on grief. That may be something some of you are going through at this time. But pushing through insecurities, because you may want to take a leap of faith in a new direction, but that negative or downside of grief may be holding you back. Now, I'm not saying eradicate and forget that person or that job ever existed, but when you can focus on the blessing that it brought to your life, then you're able to fully take a leap on the insecurities here, to allow you to move and step closer to what it is that you want in your world. And some of you, it's trust, right? It's to trust that the universe has your back. It's to trust that you'll be supported, that you'll be loved, that you'll be heard, that you'll be seen. And so sometimes we go through those situations that, yes, they're less than ideal, but we need to work through those feelings instead of suppressing them, locking away, holding them up, right? Sticking them in a box that we never think about again, because ultimately that's just a hole within you, and you're trying to shove that missing piece aside. And that was a part of your human experience, whatever loss you may have endured, Pisces. So really powerful. All right, let's take a look here at your final pile. What is it that you need to detoxify from? We did talk about that a little bit, whether it's, cleaning out the closet, clearing out the cobwebs, or whether it's that evil monster-in-law who talks about Judy's uncle's grandpa, right? There's the 3 of Swords. Detoxify from drama, negativity, heartache. There could be forgiveness here. There could be needing to heal. You have that 4 of Swords. So maybe it was a conversation, a bitter conversation of hurtful words or pain. It could be as large as maybe a separation, a divorce, a breakup, or it could be something, a physical loss, an emotional loss, a job loss. It's anything here that caused sadness and isolation, but I feel like you are separating yourself from that and allowing yourself this new energy. Again, it doesn't mean that you're forgetting about a person or an experience, but you're not letting it control your life in a negative way. And that's why you have focus on the positive here. So really powerful. And lastly, Pisces, what are you thinking through? What are you thinking through? Because it's saying keep your heart open, but you're thinking it through because, it was emotional to you here. Let's take a look. What is this all about? Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Now, this isn't going to resonate with everyone, but they just showed me a bowl. It could be a water bowl or a food bowl for a pet with a collar. Someone may have lost a pet and they brought back maybe the collar or the bowl, or you may have that in a sacred space. Please take that as it resonates. It's not a premonition. It's if this has already happened here, but I'm getting the loss of a pet as well. All right, you have 3 cards here, 7 and 8 of Pentacles. So awaiting results for some of you. This is about stopping, pausing, reflecting, reevaluating, thinking it through basically, which is what we're clarifying here. So you're thinking a situation through, and it may bring a little bit of a pause, a little bit of a, I'm waiting. What direction do I go? But there's still growth here. And I feel like you're going to choose to move forward. You have literally the 7, the 8, putting in dedicated effort to make something work, mastering your craft. The 8 of Pentacles is all about loving what it is that you do to make a living. It is very fortuitous for those that want to gain knowledge, for those that work in the art, design, healing, education field here, or whatever it is that you do, you're good at it. And this can also be working on relationships, working on healing the heart chakra, because your final card is the Star. And this is about healing, breaking free from those bondages, that detoxing energy here. So whatever has held you back or held you in mental, physical, or emotional constraints, look at that. He's breaking through it, and he's healing. And it doesn't mean that something is completely going away, but he's able to not let it hold him back from living his life in a very abundant, prosperous way. Okay, he's carrying that wound, carrying that with him, carrying that human experience that he's had with him, many of them, but he's not allowing those experiences to make him bitter. And that's what I always say, better or bitter. And yes, we may fluctuate between both of those feelings, right? But how long do we sit in them? And of course, you don't have to, I hope you're following me here, Pisces, when I'm saying, especially the loss of a loved one, and people say, because they're highlighting that TED Talk again, when people say, well, you just should get over it, right? It's not something that you just get over. Even if it's, 2 years ago it happened, you still have those feelings. But if you are in that low energy for years upon years upon years, then it's important for you to reach out, right? It's important for you to heal on a deeper level than maybe you can do on your own. I hope that resonates, beautiful souls. There's a lot of really beautiful things coming in here though for you as well, because you're moving on from some disappointments. I do see that with the 4 of Swords, with the Star. I mean, you have some really great things, and that new beginning with the Fool card. So old earth, new earth, old way of doing things, being in a relationship, in a career, and moving on to bigger and better, living a life that's prosperous and abundance despite the pain, the heartache, and the setbacks. You're on the right path. I hope this resonates, Pisces. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly does help get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Thank you so much for tuning in. Feel free to hit that subscribe and notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much, Pisces. Lots of love.